Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel, and to give you guys update number 1 of the whole car crash situation. It got worse. It's gonna get worse before it gets better, unfortunately. And I hate making this video. And I promised myself I wouldn't verbally trash this guy in a video, but I may do a little bit. So to give you guys an update, so just to cut to the chase, this guy has completely gone ghost. He's not responding to me anymore. Now, to give you guys a quick kind of description of the scenario. So when it happened, we got out and I was completely cordial. The first thing I said was like, hey man, like it happens, like we'll just, we'll get it taken care of his life. I was not hostile towards this guy in any way whatsoever. And so we exchanged numbers and he was like, hey, I'm on my parents' insurance. I'm going to need to text my mom, call her, and she can send it over. This was my incredible lapse of judgment here, okay? So this is my fault. But I let him go without getting his insurance right away. I was like, okay, just, get back to me within, an hour or two, end of the day, whatever I said. I wanted it at the end of the day, but I was like, okay, I get it. He's a younger guy. I think he's like 24 or something. So I get being on your parents' insurance. It's whatever. But good God, guys, don't make the same mistake I did. Don't have the lapse in judgment and thinking you can trust somebody at their word, because clearly this man's word is wholly worthless. I mean, you are about as valuable as the truth you tell. And to me, he has none. He's just worthless as a man. I told myself I wasn't going to be that harsh, but I guess here we are. He ghosted me. Now, to be fair, this is kind of a good test. And now for my stoics out there, this is kind of a good test and, trying to keep calm and not let emotions dictate you, which I'm trying to do in this situation. I'm trying to be solution mindset. So I'm gonna talk to you guys a little bit about that. But like I said, this guy completely ghosted me. We were texting, the day it happened. He's like, yeah, let me give my mom a call. She's gonna send it over. I was like, all right, cool, no worries. And then he completely, the next day after, never heard from him again. I texted him multiple times, called him, he's gone. And the funny thing is he lives at my apartment. Okay, so what I'm guessing is he probably dipped out to his parents for a week or two, because I've been, I go to my parking garage all the time because that's where I park my car. His car is nowhere to be seen. Like it's literally disappeared off the face of the earth. So I think he's maybe afraid of me or something, which is kind of funny, because also, to give you guys a little quick synopsis of what happened, you guys probably think I look incredibly weird on camera, and I do. Every time I see my face on camera, I feel like I look so goofy. And maybe it's me coping, but I feel like it's the camera distorting me. But in reality, I feel like I don't look that weird. But also, I'm a pretty big dude. I'm not, if you guys know me in any capacity, I'm not arrogant at all. But generally, I'm a pretty big dude. I'm relatively pretty tall, relatively decent muscle mass. Still don't feel good enough, so we're working on that part. But generally, if you guys see me in person, I'm a relatively pretty big dude. And this guy's a really short guy, and he was very skittish around me. Like, I got out of my car, he's probably a foot shorter than me. But like, literally, I was not hostile in any way at all. I literally was like, first thing I said, I was like, hey man, are you okay? And then I was like, things happen. In no way was I like, okay, what the hell happened? Like, were you not paying attention? Like, I never said anything like that. Totally polite, but he was like afraid to look me in the eyes. Like, he would like look up to me and then kind of like dart his head down, kind of look up, dart his head down. And then, I was just walking towards him. And again, when I was walking towards him, I was like, hey man, are you okay? Like, things happen. Like, we'll get it figured out. When I like kind of got close to him or like in a space, he kind of set himself back. So that was a really weird interaction. But I definitely kind of get the vibes that he's afraid of me, and now he's ghosting me, and now he's nowhere to be seen in my apartment, which he lives here. I know his apartment number. I don't know what's going on with this dude, but he's in the wind. So I told myself I don't want to sit here and be angry and miserable about it. I know you guys who have, had car accidents that happened before. it just sucks driving around. Like, the car's perfectly drivable, but it just sucks driving around in a car that's damaged. And I'll show you guys, I'll clip to the damage at the end of this video. It's in my first one, but just to show you guys again. But it just sucks driving around in a car that's damaged. It's just like, it's like embarrassing. You know what I mean? Like, it's just kind of embarrassing that, people see a new car and it's like already like fucked up. It's like, I hate it. I hate it so much. So here's what I think I'm gonna do. I have video evidence. There's cameras in the parking garage. I have the footage of him crashing into me. I'm gonna submit it all to my insurance. My insurance is, gonna fight on my behalf. They're gonna go after his insurance. But the problem with that, though, is that process takes so long. I literally such a month after month after month process, and I'm not having my car broken for a month or jacked up for a month. That's not gonna happen. So what I can do is I can come out of pocket on my own time, or on my own dime, I guess. Which really, out of pocket just means I pay my deductible. And my insurance is going to cover it. And then once my insurance goes after his insurance will reimburse my insurance for everything else that they covered after the deductible. And then my insurance will reimburse me for what I came out of pocket, which again is the deductible. I think I have a rental car. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I have a rental car on my insurance, so I should be able to get that. Obviously, that'll get reimbursed too once everything's finalized. But it's going to be such a month after month after month process. I don't want to wait that long. I can't do that. I want to get back to a normal life with a perfect looking car, as it should be, with a 2025 Mustang. And so I'm just going to drop it off at the shop in a few days when I have time. And they'll get to work on it right away. They'll strip it down. I don't have to wait. It'll be a sponsored shop with my insurance company. And I have a shop in mind I'm going to go to. They're really good. They actually worked on my Camaro ZL11LE, which was a way more special of a car. So I'm going to have them do, all the repairs. I'll get my rental car. And just knowing my car is in the shop getting fixed, I have my rental car, is going to be such a weight lifted off my shoulders. There's a couple things I'm still kind of worried about. One is parts back order. They're definitely going to need to order a new headlight. I think in 2026, kind of the whole economy is leveled out a little bit, so I don't think parts back order should be such a huge issue. It's not COVID anymore. So I think that's probably not a big deal. And then paint matching, but you guys actually, if you guys are on the Facebook pages, you probably saw me post on one of the 2024 Mustang pages asking about how hard it is to paint match a Vapor Blue Mustang. The comments definitely relieve my anxiety. Any professional shop is going to be able to do it perfect. And obviously, being a brand new car, the paint hasn't faded by any means. So, they're matching it to a brand new part essentially when it comes to everything else around the car. So I think we should be okay there. I just want to get my car in the shop and then have my rental, and we'll probably be out 2 or 3 weeks with a Mustang or without the Mustang. So I'll definitely I'll keep the shift talk videos keep going with thousands, of course, but I guess I don't know, maybe I'll review a 2026 Toyota Camry or whatever car I get for you guys, just to get some content out there, because I've been doing 3 videos a week and I don't want to stop doing that for this channel. This is important to me, and I'm not going to let a car accident stop what I'm trying to do on YouTube. So I'm going to keep the videos out for you guys. Most of them, for the time being, bear with me. It's going to be probably update videos, which I think should be relatively interesting in terms of, the car crash I was in. And then we'll figure some stuff out. But, kind of take it as it comes. The things that kind of suck about this is I'm going to have to come out of pocket for it, which is annoying. 2, it's a brand new car, and I know you guys know how this feels when you get in an accident with your brand new car, even if they fix it to absolute perfection, which I know they will, and I'm not going to accept the car back until it is. Now, again, it is really light damage, all things considered. There's not really any body misalignment or anything. Really the big thing is paint matching, but I've pretty strong confidence they're going to get it right. But if it isn't, I'm not going to accept it. I'm going to tell them, like, no, we need to redo this. But I don't think that's going to be a big issue. Like I said, I've worked with the shop before and they're fantastic. But just like the car not being, the car kind of changes. It's never the same. But I've gotten over that in the past with my ZL11LE and a few other cars. things happen. And then of course, what really sucks too is, you know, when I go to sell this car, which I have no plans to sell it, but when I do go to sell it, the Carfax is no longer going to be a perfect car, all because of a careless idiot not paying attention who can't see a stationary car or hear a horn or hear an incredibly loud engine in an echoing parking garage. Like, God, this dude is such a moron. Okay. All right. That's my rant on him for the video. I'm not going to say anything negative. I don't want to get into that mindset where I just stay mad all the time. So that's kind of where we are right now. I'm going to keep you guys updated. You know, videos are going to keep flowing. Hopefully you guys are, you know, somewhat interested in, you know, a car crash video, and I keep you guys in the loop, because you know what, honestly, at the end of the day, this whole channel was to just kind of showcase what it's like owning, you know, a Whippled 2025 Mustang GT. So it's part of the process, all right? People are going to crash into you because they're stupid, but it's whatever. We'll get it taken care of, and you know, it's life, and sometimes you just got to take a few on the chin and keep moving on. So I appreciate you guys tuning into this video. Wish me luck trying to get this to be a speedy of a process as I can and get the car back, you know, sooner rather than later, and we can just, you know, continue on with life and enjoying what we're doing. But again, appreciate you guys tuning into this video, and I will catch you in the next one. Take care. All right, guys, here is the damage. As you can see, the headlight is very much pushed in. There's a little bit of scuffing. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see that all that well, but there's definitely a little bit of scuffing on the front bumper. So really, essentially what they'll just have to do is, you know, take the bumper off, strip it, repaint it. I'm sure the bumper can be saved. I don't think they'll actually have to replace it. But part of, I'm not going to show you guys because you have to be underneath the car pretty much, but there's a kind of a clipped arm that holds this in, and this now has a little bit of sag to it. So we're definitely gonna have to get a new MP Concepts front splitter. That's obviously gonna be not at the cost of me, but that'll have to be replaced. And then I was digging into the headlight, and part of the bracket actually broke or something. I'm not quite sure, but I'm guessing the headlight will probably have to be replaced, as well as some bracketry in there. Maybe that's a word, I don't know. But yeah, guys, that's the damage. It sucks, but you know what, we'll get it fixed. Take it day by day.